In this video, I'm going to talk about declarative knowledge and also procedural knowledge. So the word knowledge has different meaning, by the way, and there are mainly two types of knowledge. The first one is declarative knowledge, the knowledge that we actually have to learn and study, like history or like some kind of about the food or something. Sushi is made from rice and fish and stuff. And also there's the second type of knowledge is procedural knowledge, like sport, music, or something that we actually have to train, and somehow unconsciously, subconsciously, our body actually remembers how to move the fingers, the feet, hands, body, etc., etc. So in this video, I'm going to talk about, firstly, declarative knowledge, and secondly, I will share with you what the procedural knowledge is all about, and also at the least but not least, I will talk about some kind of correlation or relation between these two types of knowledge and also language learning. So the first type of knowledge, which is declarative knowledge, is about such a knowledge that we actually have to study and we actually have to memorize or remember. For example, sushi is a Japanese traditional food, which uses rice and fish, this kind of thing. Or a long time ago, Prefecture Nara and Kyoto were the capitals of Japan before Tokyo, or this kind of knowledge that we can actually make it, we can actually kind of explain in words. And also when it comes to like language learning, for example, when you talk about progressive form, for example, I am eating, I am reading, I am talking, etc., etc. Firstly, we have to add ing to the verb, and also we have to use the be verb in front of the main verb, like I am, be verb, eating, reading, speaking, etc., etc. This kind of knowledge is categorized as declarative knowledge, which is very important in general and also in language learning. The second type of knowledge is procedural knowledge. So what the knowledge is all about. So this is some kind of knowledge that we don't really consciously memorize or remember. For example, let's say you play football, let's say you play the piano. Can you actually explain how to move the fingers? You can actually learn from the book, and you can actually play the piano or soccer, football. You don't. It's very hard to explain how to use the foot, legs, use the fingers when you're playing the piano, right? So this is some kind of a knowledge that you actually subconsciously kind of train yourself, and your body actually knows how to move each part of your body. And when it comes to language learning, for example, when I speak English, the pronunciation R and L, which Japanese language doesn't have, doesn't really differentiate. It's very hard for Japanese people to pronounce R, by the way, because we don't have this pronunciation. But when I speak English, I don't really consciously think about how to produce R sound. Somehow my tongue, my mouth, remembers how to move the muscle, and I produce the sound. Kind of, I would say at this moment, I'm very unconsciously, I can produce the sound, I can pronounce the sound R subconsciously. And also when for example, if you are a native English speaker, or if you are a native speaker of any languages, when you speak in your mother tongue, do you actually think of the grammars? Not really, no, right? So this is some kind of example of a procedural knowledge. You know You can do that, but you cannot really explain how to do that in words. So this is, procedural knowledge. So what is the relation between these two types of knowledge, declarative knowledge and procedural knowledge and language learning? I would like to talk about, I would like to share with you guys what I think of. First of all, I think language learning is a little bit different from just studying or practicing. For language learning, both of the knowledge is very important. Declarative knowledge because we have to memorize and remember vocabularies possible and grammatical rules. But at the same time, if we pay attention too much to this declarative knowledge, we cannot really speak. So for procedural knowledge, in this case, speaking or writing or reading or listening, anything, we have to practice. Practice doesn't really need word explanation, but we have to practice a lot. So what I want to say is for language learning, declarative knowledge and also procedural knowledge, study and practice, both of them are very important. And repeatedly, constantly studying and practicing, learning and training are very important. That's what I'm thinking of. And if you have any opinions or thoughts that you want to share, please leave that in the commentary. I would love to hear from you guys as well. And today's that's pretty much it. Thank you for watching, and I will see you guys in the next video. またね。